Today we're talking about eating fit on the fly. And if you are on the go and you must stop at a Subway, here are your top 3 item combinations and your worst 3 options for your health and fitness goals. Yo guys, it's Mackenzie from SciFit, and today we're talking about eating fit on the fly. And if you are on the go and you must stop at a Subway, here are your top 3 item combinations and your worst 3 options for your health and fitness goals. As always, we will start at rock bottom and work our way up from there.
Bottom to the top.
Rock bottom option number 1 is the Pro Footlong Big Hot Pastrami. It has 1,450 calories with 94 grams of fat and 29 grams being saturated. Nearly 5.5 grams of sodium, 80 grams of carbs with 10 grams of sugar and 4 grams of fiber with 89 grams of protein. This meal option packs a massive calorie punch, and it is about half the calories a very large individual would need daily.
What, are you kidding me?
The protein to fat ratio is negative, and the ratio of protein to carbs is slightly over 1:1. 77% of the total calories in this option come from fat and carbs. Also, nearly 60% of the total calories in this option come from fat alone, and almost a third of that 60% comes from saturated fat.
What? Are you kidding me?
Due to its massive fat content, this option should be avoided at all costs.
Period.
Rock bottom option number 2 is the Footlong Hot Shot Italiano. This meal has 1,240 calories with 76 grams of fat, 28 grams being saturated fat, 3.5 grams of sodium, 86 grams of carbs with 12 grams of sugar and 6 grams of fiber with 53 grams of protein. Just like the Big Hot Pastrami, the Hot Shot Italiano is a carb and fat mega bomb.
Mega what? Bomb.
Boasting nearly the same amount of saturated fat as rock bottom option number 1. However, this one has significantly more carbs. Like the pastrami, this option is sure to blow out your waistline and your chance of making progress towards your goals. Hot shot equals no shot, y'all. Rock bottom option number 3 is the Subway Sausage Pizza. This meal has 820 calories with 34 grams of fat, 14 grams being saturated fat, just under 1.5 grams of sodium, 97 grams of carbs with 8 grams of sugar and 4 grams of fiber with 39 grams of protein. That's right, you heard it here first. The sausage pizza is a better fit option than a pastrami or the hot shot. The pizza has half the saturated fat. Let that sink in for a second. Pizza. Less fat than sandwich. This pizza has a significantly better macronutrient balance due to its massive difference in fat content, but still, I would hardly call it eating fit. Almost all the options have negative protein to fat ratios and negative protein to carb ratios. These meal choices, except for the last one, are complete day ruiners because of their massive fat content and are nearly impossible to offset with a reciprocally balanced meal later. Eating meals like this, even 2 to 3 times a week, will make sure your fat loss and weight loss goals are a distant mirage. If you are at Subway, avoid options like this at all costs. Now that we've talked about the kind of options that will detract from your goals, let's talk about the best 3 options that will contribute to your goals. Fast and fit option number 1 is the double chicken salad with oil and vinegar, banana peppers, cucumbers, tomato, lettuce, onions, pickles, and spinach with a bag of baked Lay's chips on the side. This meal combination has 405 calories with only 12 grams of fat, 2.5 grams being saturated fat, under 1 gram of sodium, 37 grams of carbs with 7 grams of sugar and 6 grams of fiber, and 39 grams of protein. This option is the best one you can get at Subway. It boasts a 3 to 1 gram ratio of protein to fat, and the saturated fat content is minuscule.
Very short.
Very short, very short.
While it does almost have a 1 to 1 gram ratio of protein to carbs, the carbs have minimal sugars and give you a decent amount of fiber for a meal. Fast and Fit option number 2 is the double meat roast beef salad plus a chicken tortilla soup. This meal option has 395 calories with only 14 grams of fat, 4 grams being saturated fat. Just under 1.5 grams of sodium, 27 grams of carbs with 12 grams of sugars and 7 grams of fiber with 39 grams of protein. This meal is also a great option with an identical amount of protein as Fast Fit option number 1. However, it does have slightly more fat and has double the saturated fat content. While boasting less carbs, it has double the amount of sugar as the double chicken salad and about double the amount of sodium as well.
And I ordered a double-double, but they gave me the double-double-double-double.
This option still meets the criteria for eating fit because of its protein content, its low fat content, and lower calories. Fast and Fit option number 3 is the steak and cheese no bready bowl plus a veggie delight salad with oil and vinegar, banana peppers, cucumbers, tomato, lettuce, onions, pickles, and spinach. This meal has 475 calories with 25 grams of fat, 11 grams being saturated fat, just over 1.5 grams of sodium, 28 grams of carbs with 12 grams of sugars and 7 grams of fiber, and 40 grams of protein. While this meal does have slightly more protein and a better protein to carb ratio, the fat content is almost double that of the double chicken salad. Also, the sugar content of this combo is almost double that of Fast and Fit option number 1. However, this meal is still a great option for eating fit because there is almost a 2 to 1 gram ratio of protein to fat, and the calories of this meal as a whole are minimal and could be easily offset with a reciprocally balanced meal later. These options are the best because they all have positive protein ratios, meaning these meals can be easily offset with a reciprocally balanced meal later, and they are inherently lean due to their low fat content. Eating combinations like these will allow you to remain in balance with the rest of your day. Remember, when we are eating on the go, it's about 2 things: prioritizing protein and avoiding the big 3: saturated fat, sugar, and anything fried. Now you know how to eat fit on the fly.